What's the most embarrassing, cringy thing you've accidentally shown someone, or something they accidentally saw while using your phone or computer? I was kind of on the flip side of this when my uncle was going through pictures of my baby cousin on his phone and swiped too far to show me a picture of my auntie standing completely naked in a doorway. The image is still burned into my mind. Oh man, that's traumatizing, lol. At least it's not his dad. Why would his uncle have naked pics of his dad? A friend was showing us his holiday pictures and accidentally swiped too far and showed us all a selfie of his arsehole, then one of his balls when he tried to fix it. One of my friends sent a picture of his arsehole and nuts to a Snapchat group, and in return another guy sent one back. I've seen photos of the ball sacks of more friends of mine than I'm fully comfortable with due to stuff like this. The same friend who sent it first actually showed us his nutsack out of the blue. Funny enough, he later asked us would we be surprised if he came out at us. All 5 guys in the group, I shit you not, said no at the same time. I was helping a man with some kind of intellectual impairment download a Bible app onto his phone. I had to go into his browser to search something for him, and it was all peen. About 50 tabs open, each showing what term he'd put into Google, and the search terms were the kind that a 10-year-old would use. I finished getting him the app and attempted to peace out, although not before having to tactfully decline giving him my phone number. When I sold cell phones, there was a guy that always came into the store. He had a picture of a girl spread eagle as his lock screen wallpaper. He always tried to get one of the female salespeople to help him. After the first time he came in, they would all run to the back when we saw him walking up. Myself and the other guys would have to listen to him about the hot little piece of ass he had the day prior. Working in mobile, this happened all the time. People accidentally opening certain sites, sending inappropriate pictures or texts to people that they want deleted. One time I had a lady who was furious because her son racked up over $100 on their bill just from Tinder. Gross. My partner showed his friend some pictures from a vacation years ago and he scrolled too far back and he accidentally showed them my nudes. I was 5 feet away and died. The fact you were standing right there makes it 10 times worse. LOL. Yee. Ah. Sad face. I was panicky after. Had the minister of my church at my house. He wanted to upload music from his laptop onto my Zune. Tells you when this was. He turns it on and the Zune immediately displays a topless picture of my fiancée, a girl he's known since birth, having been best friends with her parents. He just clears his throat and says, "I didn't see that." The rest of my time with him that day was incredibly awkward, but he never brought it back up again. To clear up any confusion, the picture was on my Zune that I had taken. The pastor knew nothing about it prior to seeing it. Thought you meant the picture originally came from his laptop. This is what I thought initially. I had to go back and reread. Not exactly accidental, but when I was 15 my mum was snooping through my phone and found a text that said, "I wish I could have a girl with boobs so big I could suffocate in them." That was a cool fun time for me. What was her reaction? Well, she was looking in my phone cause she thought I was doing drugs, so she was just kind of disappointed that I was a horny little weirdo. LMAOO. Way back when, I was playing a bunch of World of Warcraft. This was back when people were making funny machinima YouTube videos constantly, and I had them downloaded to my computer so I could show my friends. Then one day, I set up a very early version of Plex, video streaming software, on my computer, and I hook up my TV for a small party. Little did I know, Plex scans your media library and then runs out to the internet to find a cover image that Plex thinks matches your movies, so that you have a thumbnail to click when you want to watch that video. For some of my, wow, YouTube videos, it found pictures of orcs and elves fricking, and threw that up on the screen. The girl I liked at the party. What the frick is that? Me. Borderline speechless. I have no fricking idea. Smooth LOL. As butter. The worst part is playing dumb there makes you look guilty, but some things just weren't meant to be. In my younger years working in desktop support, we had a guy complaining that his computer was running slow. It was literally full of horse peen. This was back in the 90 MHz Pentium days and long before people had anything better than a 57.7, correction 56K, baud modem in their house. I had to show my boss and point out that obviously, this guy was using company bandwidth. We had a fractured T1 at the time that we paid out the nose for, to download non-work related material onto his company laptop. Clearly in the office. This was also the same dude who got caught putting breast milk in his coffee, so there may have been a few issues there. The same dude who got caught putting breast milk in his coffee. Was this his partner's milk that he borrowed, or was he stealing from co-workers pumping at work? Because one of these is way more wrong. It was actually his own breast milk. Anywhere else other than the IT world, this would be weird lol. Dude I used to lift with. His phone is face up on the floor next to the bench bar. Literally every day at the gym she'd be texting pics of everything. What's funnier is she'd be texting him, "Come home to have this," and he'd just keep lifting. It was odd. Sorry babe. Pecs need to be poppin' so the panties keep droppin'. But, you already have a girlfriend. LIFTS. Pussy is fleeting, but GAINZ off for life. If you have GAINZ you can always get more pussy. Give a man a pussy and he'll get laid for one night. Give a man GAINZ and he'll get laid for the rest of his life. Was talking to some cute girl, it was going well, and gave her my phone to add me on Facebook. Her profile was the first profile on the recent Facebook searches. I was out of curiosity checking out my friend's girlfriend on Facebook. Like not stalking her or sexualizing her. I met her once. She seemed nice. Wanted to see what she was all about. My friend knocked on my door and I answered and he came in my room and I just wasn't thinking about what I was doing, because it was harmless. Then he saw my screen and was like, "Why the frick are you checking out my GF? Dude. What did you say? Did you manage to convince him it was innocent? Don't worry bro, I got your back. Just screening her for potential attack vectors. You never know who could be a potential terrorist threat." She checks out. Me and my friends played this game in high school where we'd send each other the most vile, disgusting images we could find. We would all be playing Xbox, get bored, and someone would send some nasty shit to indicate the game has begun. We'd stop once everyone agreed that the last thing sent couldn't be topped. It almost always devolved into peen of various pop culture icons, usually in video games or cartoons. One time, my uncle called me in the middle of this game. We chat, and he asks to speak to my mom. I give my mom the phone, completely forgetting about what's happening. I go back to my Xbox, hear my troglodyte friends giggling about what they are sending, and start looking for my phone. Oh, frick. I run downstairs after I remember that Pandora's box of animated atrocities is opening up in my mother's ear right now. As I turn the corner, we lock eyes. Shock and disgust. She turns the phone to me, and on the screen, clear as day, is an image of Wario in a BDSM leather suit farting on a nude Princess Peach. I took the phone and never said a word. Never heard a word about it either. I went back upstairs, and kept playing the game. Pandora's box of animated atrocities that made me laugh out loud. Thank you. Handed my mum my phone to show her a picture of something or other. Didn't think. Next thing I know, she starts swiping. Mom, you need to stop. Right now. Swipe. Why? I never get to see your pictures. Swipe. Swipe. Stop. Attempt to grab phone. Look of horror on mom's face, because I have pictures of my dong on there. My mother-in-law does this. Whenever I want to show her something I slightly zoom in on the image and it just moves it around, instead of going to the next one. I've since learned of guided access on iPhone. A triple click of the home button, and the screen is disabled until you put in a passcode. I hit that button every time I hand my phone to anyone now. I had no idea that existed. How amazing. Thank you for sharing. Father-in-law was looking at photos on my phone with me. I got a text from my wife that said, "I've been a naughty bitch. You need to come home and slap my ass." I turned to him and said, "What kinda daughter did you raise?" I learned that day. A. Turn off preview. 3. Do not joke about a man's daughter. What kinda daughter did you raise? You've got some stones, man. At least, you didn't before your Phil took them from you. I turned to him and said, what kinda daughter did you raise? Oh man. I mean there's no saving that situation, but that's freaking hilarious. Might as well turn to humor with nothing else to lose, lol. LOL. Please tell me you told her about it. I went skydiving with a group of buddies. The first guy out of the aircraft got a badass slow-mo video of us all coming out of the plane after him on his GoPro. Naturally we all wanted a copy of the video. He left us his GoPro to plug into our laptops as he went to grab his stuff out of his car. If you've never used a GoPro before, you know when you plug it into your computer every file pops up with little thumbnails. The first guy to copy the video can't help but notice what looks like a naked girl in one of the videos. He stupidly clicks on it. It turned out to be our buddy with his current girlfriend, and he was giving her the most violent peen-worthy throat freaking you ever saw. And to top it off, after about 5 seconds he stops, yanks her head back and hawks up a big loogie and spits it in her mouth. We all freaking lost it. We couldn't stop laughing and he turned it off just in time before he came back inside. He ended up marrying her and we could never look at either of them the same ever again, lol. This comment was a wild ride. Glad you enjoyed. It was one of many motivations for the OP. Did you guys ever mention anything to him or her about it though? If so, what were the reactions like?